Okay. Classic black book haul a few weeks ago, maybe even a week ago. I always have my days confused. Let's go with a week ago. I went to used bookstore and I got 8 books for $7.50, a steal. And classic black books. They were all written either 1990s or earlier. So love black literature. Always down to read more. And then to actually have like classic novels, always great. So I'm just gonna go through what I got. First book is by Cindiwe Magona, and this is Living, Loving, and Lying Awake at Night. It's actually a short story collection. I know this is a South African author, and it's short stories about women. Always down to read books about black women, so yay. Next is the infamous Toni Morrison. I got 2 books by Toni Morrison. I've read a lot of her books, but if I do come across classic version or just sometimes ones that I don't have and I read when I was younger, I usually will pick them up. So this is such a nice cover. This is Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison. And I read this when I was like 12 and I don't think I really understood it. So I really think that I'm gonna reread it now that I'm in my late 20s, so I would understand it more. So I'm just gonna see when this was actually copyrighted. This is copyrighted 1977, so definitely a classic. Everybody loves Toni Morrison, and if you don't, you should really think about reading her. Toni Morrison book number 2 that I got The Bluest Eye, one of my favorite books by her, and period. And it's about a little black girl who really thinks about white beauty and like white beauty standards. She really wants to be blonde haired and blue eyed, and it really like goes through that whole like black girlhood journey, and that's the things that have to do with people thinking that white beauty is the standard of beauty. So really, really good novel, and I'm definitely glad to pick this up because I think I'll just reread it because you can never go wrong rereading Toni Morrison. This was originally copyrighted in 1970, so classics. All right, next up I got 2 books by Elin Harris, who's a black gay author. I've only read like 2 of his books when I was really young, maybe like middle school. I read Any Way the Wind Blows, and I wanted to always read some of his other books, so I found some when I went to the bookstore. And this one is I Say a Little Prayer. This is about a gay man and him wanting to be a singer, and I think he gets invited to be part of a church revival, and then he finds out the church is like really homophobic and wants to speak out against gay people. So I know that's like the gist of the plot. Cute cover. Kind of miss covers like this. I feel like we don't have covers like this anymore. And let's see when this one was copyrighted. I can't find the copyright page. Oh my gosh, there it is. Okay, this is copyrighted 2006. All right, so classic black books. Maybe I do have one from 2006. I honestly thought they were all from the 90s or earlier, but doesn't matter. Still classic. Next is Elin Harris's Invisible Life. And I know that this is about a black man who's kind of like going through his sexual journey. Never read it. And like just trying to discover himself. So definitely want to read this. It's just that people always like when I look up the queer black books to read, something I haven't read before, Elin Harris is always on a list. So I just feel like I could definitely read some of Elin Harris's books. Oh my gosh, I can never find Elin Harris's copyright page. Like, is he hiding them? What is he doing with them? There they go. This is another one from 91. So this is copyrighted in 1991. Elin Harris's Invisible Light. Okay. Omar Tyree's Fly Girl. Like classic. Come on. Black girlhood. I just feel like most black girls have read Fly Girl. We loved it. Everybody know about Tracy and her light eyes as she at her door knockers. But it's just it's a urban like classic novel. It's about I say it's like a coming of age story for a girl in the hood. And I loved it when I was younger. I probably have read it like 5 times. So when I saw it in the store, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get a copy. Like, it needs to be on the bookshelf. So this is why I have it. I'll probably reread it sometime, but I've read it a bunch of times. So it's not one I'm going to reread really soon, but it's just something I definitely want to have on my bookshelf because, come on, a classic. Yeah, it's just a classic. All right, I've never read anything by Valerie Wilson Wesley. It's called Where Evil Sleeps, but I did pick this one up. It's a black mystery, which I don't get a chance to read a lot of those. So I know it's about her, like the main character goes to Jamaica and then some kind of murder happens, and I'm pretty sure she has to like solve it. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. Black people, Jamaica, a murder, let's just figure out what happens. So I'm excited to read this because I really just don't get to read mysteries often, just period. This was copyrighted in 1996. So this is copyrighted in 96. All right, and lastly, I got Tumbling by Diane McKinney Westone. The cover is really, really nice. Like this art, these people dancing, it looks really good. From the quick synopsis that I read, I know it's about black people and their community in like between 1940s and 50s. So I just feel like it's gonna be like a black book about community, and at a time period that I haven't read too much on. So I do think it's gonna be good, and also I honestly do just love nice covers, and it's not something people should do, but I'd be like, black author, nice cover, seems okay from the first 3 lines I read the synopsis. I'm buying it. That's what I do. And I feel like it's going to be good. And also, this comes up a lot in lists when I just look for like classic black books people should read. I do see Tumbling in it. So I know that it does have good reviews and people do enjoy it. So I do want to read this as well. So that is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books, and I got them for $7.50. Right, this used bookstore near me. They really have a lot of stuff in there. Hardcovers are more, soft covers are cheaper, but yes, classic black books. More things to add to my bookshelf. That I'm gonna take longer to read than I should because I just have too many books. But definitely excited to read new books and reread books that I've already read. So, yay! All right, I'm not gonna dance. Okay. Bye.